how do you get the money to come 23 times to 23 shows in the US and, have a budget to still go to, overseas?
If I was a millionaire, trust me, I would just hire the Backstreet Boys for myself. And you wouldn't.
And invite me, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't be queuing in the streets. I wouldn't be queuing buying Ticketmaster. I can just call them and be like, hey guys, you know what? I want to go to see you guys. A lot of people spend money on luxury, like luxury bags, designer clothes, expensive cars, or jewelry. This is how you see me. I'm not wearing any like high brand.
So AJ just mentioned that, they want to be, at the Super Bowl next year. What do you think about that?
Oh my God, I was worried that you'll ask that.
Why?
Okay.
Fernanda, welcome back.
Thank you so much for inviting me again.
Well, we had to bring you back after the first episode that we recorded. A lot of people wanted to know more about you, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, they wanted to, and of course for the English-speaking audience or viewers.
Perfect.
They wanted to know more. They couldn't get enough of you.
I guess so. I mean, because I got a lot of, comments and all the stuff, like trying to get into a little bit further in some stuff. So yeah, and I think we can reach more audience in speaking in English as well, because a lot of the European girls that I've met, they were like, oh my God, we want to know what's going on, because we get subtitles, but it's not the same as, speaking in English.
That's right. So, and we have you here today to get it from firsthand, but you did get a lot of attention, right? You drive a lot of attention. You have a lot of per se fandom that follows you, right? I mean, a lot of them are your friends. I mean, I know you do bring them, you do deliver a lot of great content for them, right? So how does that make you feel?
No, as I've always said, like, I'm just one more in the crowd. Like all of the girls that I've met, even if it was in a line or, outside the shows or during the shows, it's just like, I'm just one of them. So I don't know. It doesn't make me feel special at all, because, as I always said, I'm just one more like you. So that's what I've been told. Like, no, but you have inspired us, a lot of us, to travel by myself. A lot of girls actually during the last shows were like, they approached me and they were like, I want to thank you because you encouraged me to come here by myself, not waiting on anyone else to like come with me. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm grateful. I was helpful for you, and I'm glad you came and that you enjoyed the show, because that's what it matters.
That's what it's about, right? Yeah, definitely. Totally. I would agree with that. What I do see is that you do interact a lot with people commenting on the post, right? So you have that engagement.
I do try my best. I've been dealing with a lot of comments over the last years, either good or bad. And I do reply to both of them, because then they're going to think like, oh, she's not responding or blah, blah, blah. I've actually also answered a lot of like DMs, even like if they do it on Instagram. Sometimes some people are like, oh, I cannot reach out to you. And I'm like, well, sometimes Instagram will just block a lot of messages, and I don't check my spam a lot of the times. So, but I do try my best to be helpful somehow. But sometimes I will not reply when they're like trying to be mean, or they're trying to like get information that I cannot have, give them, which is, I don't want to get in trouble for a lot of stuff anyway. So I just avoid those type of messages regardless of that, Yeah.
Plus, I mean, it's a lot of, message can be very overwhelming, right?
Yeah,
to
totally.
be able to keep up with them, right?
Totally.
To your point, on how do you answer, right? I mean, how could you, you don't want to be negative, right, in a way, but you also can't.
I need to be real.
Give them an answer.
I mean, I try to keep it real, because I'm not answering like being, how do you say, like a fake, in a fake way. Like, I just try to keep it real in every single possible way, because that's who I am. Like, I'm not going to show me as the person I'm not, even though a lot of people have, put a lot of things saying that, oh, I'm like this, like this, like this, which is not true.
Yeah.
But regardless, like a lot of people have never met me. A lot of people have heard about me. Some have like, somehow heard about me, even if they haven't from other people and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I do try my best. I'm never aggressive or anything. I'm always there. Like, as I've said in a couple comments before, like, I'm sorry if you see me mad. It's not that I'm mad. It's just that sometimes I'm tired. And sometimes, this is just my face. It is who I am. Yeah. I'm not a faker at any cost, I just try to keep it real as I'm telling you, but
you're very upfront, and I think I appreciate that a lot from you. Again, we were posting, right? We were adding you as a collaborator, right? So you were very, very transparent. That's who you are, and that's the person that we met when we met in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
right.
100%.
And I don't see you opt you as the person leaving those comments, right? You opt to either perceive you, Fernanda, as a negative person or as a positive person. It's on them. It's not on you.
Exactly, 100%. Because you can ask the same question to two different people, and they will give you two different answers.
Yeah. And you have a lot of people that support you. A lot of people that support you, right? And you have those, I would say, brave people that come from come from the dark, right? To leave those comments, and you have people that to your point, sometimes they come, they see the post, and they don't say anything.
Yeah,
right?
It's now that you mentioned that, it's kind of funny in that sense, because so far, like over the last months, I've reached over 3 million views on my Instagram.
Right.
And it's just funny that I don't get that much followers. It's just people like sneaking inside, trying to see what's going on, like gossiping a lot. That's really funny, actually, because, people just like the gossiping and all the dark and bad stuff going on. And what? Regardless of anything, well, they're still they're kind of fans in the inside.
Yeah.
But,
you need them.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm not an influencer. I'm just a regular fan like anyone else.
They still take the time.
I would not say they're my fans at all. But like, if you put it that way, they're like fans of what I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So
totally.
It's like they're fans of what you do, and of course they know that you are their direct channel to see what you're doing, right? You're posting a lot of the Backstreet Boys, which you did share with us that Kevin is your favorite one.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, tell us, you started with Kevin, you guys, if I remember correctly, the moment where you click, where just everything started making sense was when you met him at the Hollywood Boulevard, right? When you gave him that note.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how...
as I said before, like, when I saw the Backstreet Boys for the first time back in 1996 on MTV, like, it was him because he was so handsome, and he was like, oh my God. I've never seen a better looking guy than him. And I haven't. And when I met him, like, personally in 2013 at that event at the Hollywood Star of Fame ceremony, when I touched him, and the previous day when he was at the Hollywood celebration of the 20th anniversary, that's when, like, everything fit, because I was like, well, I did a good decision on choosing him as my favorite. Yeah. It's not that I had to, but it's just like, I don't know, as I've said before, I was born to be his fan in this life.
Yes.
That's what I feel it, because, I try to support him in every single way. And not only him, but the Backstreet Boys itself, because I was also there, like, trying to support when Kevin was out of the group for several years. But still, like, the thing is that Kevin, as I said before, Kevin is not just like the good-looking guy. His personality, the person he is as a dad, as a husband, as treating his fans, it's just something out of this planet. He's such a role model to follow. That's what I really like and enjoy about him in every single sense.
Well, and ultimately, I think that's what makes a person,
Yeah.
gorgeous, beautiful, right?
Totally.
What what you have inside. Because
Yeah.
yes, this is what we have right now outside.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
it goes away.
Yeah, because
It goes away.
Exactly, because that's how you're gonna be remembered when you're not here. That's what my dad has tell me like my entire life. My family, you will always remember someone for what they did to you, for what they meant to you. But the external part of it will always time
It will
always
vanish.
pass. It
Yeah.
just passes.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna be young forever. We're all getting old. And he's still a really looking guy.
Yeah.
But he's not 20 anymore. And regardless of that, I don't care about the physical stuff anymore. Although he's been looking great anyway. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was at a concert in Vegas, right? One of
Yeah.
the concerts, and I witnessed when he came to you, not only once, not only twice, but 3 times to say happy birthday to you.
Yes, he did.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, the thing is that he knew that I was upset because there were no meet and greets on my birthday or, December runs.
So they didn't do any of that.
They're not doing any
Okay.
meet and greets anymore, which is a shame. I'm not gonna talk about that, but I'm really upset, and they let me down on that part. But besides that, he knew that I was upset on that, and he tried to make it out on that part at least, giving me a little attention. Plus, I had massage and I had a little birthday crown, and I was wearing a dress. You never see me wearing dresses at concerts. I will do it only if it's in a specific day. But besides that, the dress girl is my friend. She always wears dresses. It will be weird if she doesn't, but because I'm only the sporty, I'm
Comfortable.
comfortable
Right?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that day I was wearing a dress, which also calls the attention, especially on him, because he notices a lot. All of them actually notices those little details. So I think it was his way to see, a different Fernanda on my birthday, because he knew it was my birthday. So he tried to be a little bit extra special on that.
Yeah.
To compensate, there was no meet and greet because, all I wanted was a hug in my birthday. And I couldn't get one, but at least I got a shout out and, a couple kisses he blew to me on stage, which was very special. Especially because it was my birthday and it was the first time I've ever been to a Backstreet Boys show or a show the day exactly of my
specific
birthday.
Right?
Yeah, so it was pretty nice, and I'm grateful he did that for me.
Well, great. And I'm sure that it makes you feel special.
It does.
And it makes them feel special as well, right? Because they know that they or he knows that he has that you care for him. Right, that you care for him to that level.
Exactly. The thing is that he knows, he's seen me all over the world. For special days, for holidays, even for his birthday, for the rest of the guys' birthdays. So, that I've invested a lot of time. At least that was kind of nice of him, and even Howie did. So It was really nice. Nick also did. Well, AJ doesn't do much
AJ is AJ,
contact.
put it that way.
It's AJ, exactly. He doesn't do much eye contact. And Brian, he's not my fan, as I can say. Well, he will make faces to me sometimes to make me laugh or something. But the thing is that, as I've said before, I think they kind of respect their fans because they know who's fan of who.
Yeah.
So he knows I belong to his cousin.
Fernanda's.
I'm Kevin's Fernanda.
Yeah, that's right.
At this point. So, it is. And I don't know if the planets will line up again ever to actually have another show the day of my birthday ever again.
Yeah. But even so, you already live this experience.
Yeah.
And it's going to live forever.
Yeah.
It's going to live forever.
Yeah, I don't think I'm missing any other holiday with them. Have I? Maybe Christmas. Because we already had New Year's Eve anyway.
You did. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys celebrated. And how was that? Tell us about that night.
Oh my God.
Because I did see the countdown.
It was really crowded. Let me tell you that. It was packed. Outside, we had a lot of issues with people coming inside. We actually got into several fights with fans that wanted to cut the line.
Yeah, get ahead of the line.
They were trying to cut the line. With all of my friends, we were like, okay, we're being here for hours. There's no way you're, getting inside before us. So we had a system with a lot of the girls that were with us that we met in the line throughout the day. And we had to push a lot of girls outside. On the way in, we actually had an accident with one of my girls because they kept pushing, and she actually fell down and she rolled. Like, it was a total mess. I know another girl who actually had to be taken to the hospital that day. So people were kind of rough that day. I mean, but leaving that aside, we had a great show. They did the countdown. They kind of sing a song that they never haven't done in
So it was
stage.
special for that night.
Yeah, and they did they were toasting, and they had the countdown, and they wore like another outfit, which was kind of nice.
Nice, okay.
So, but there's one thing. I was recording, and I noticed that the countdown did not start like the time that it had to be started. Oh. It was like 2 or 3 minutes before.
So
oh yeah. I don't care, but just letting you know that happened.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but then, Vegas was also like super packed during that time, and it was impossible to get Ubers and all the stuff. There was a lot of things going on as well. I think there was other shows going on as well.
Plus, they closed the strip, right?
Oh, they closed that too.
For the fireworks at the middle of the night.
We
right?
never saw anything because we were like
Yeah.
inside the sphere.
Yeah.
We never saw anything.
So I was thinking, that's something I wanted to ask you about. So now this experience, right? In the sphere, how has it changed? Or I mean, what do you expect from this from the shows at the Sphere every time you go there now?
I love going to the Sphere to like in affordable prices.
Yeah.
Like it was like the first round. After they announced more dates, it was impossible to get tickets. Wow. We were very lucky because we worked as a team to get tickets. And even though we couldn't get tickets right away, that's the part I don't like it at all. Because it gets harder to get tickets now, besides all the resellers and all the stuff that I already told you before. Every time I go to the Sphere, I just want to have fun with my girls because I usually go with my girls and see them and see their faces when they see us. Because like they're like, oh, they're there. And they will like point at us and they will give us like a little attention to let us know that they saw us. But that's what we expect from the Sphere. Yeah. What has changed on me is that right now they are back on the top of the top artists.
Yes. So yeah, definitely performing at the Sphere was, I don't know, it just brought him back up.
Yeah, I mean right now they are, I will say, like the top of the list of the the artists around the world. Everyone wants to come to see them. And now they're kind of getting impossible to reach. And that pisses me off a little bit because a lot of influencers and a lot of people are taking advantage of that.
Yes.
And that's
I do
not
see
fair.
a lot of celebrities coming to see them, right? A lot of celebrities, you will see them in the audience. You will see their posts on their social media that they were at the shows, right? I even see you reposting some of those.
Some of them that I like them. For example, Eugenio Derbez, I know he was there, and I love him.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think they got a VIP treatment, which was amazing. Knowing Eugenio Derbez, like he just went with his wife and with his daughter, and I'm pretty sure they got tickets by themselves, and they were not expecting like any VIP ticket or anything because I never saw pictures of them, at the backstage with them, which a lot of artists that are going there and influencers that sometimes we have no idea who they are get invited to the VIPs. And we are like, well, what about the fans that want to be on the backstage? Like, what about the hardcore ones, the ones that have traveled like from long distances just to, support them, and long time fans that they actually know. Trust me, I'm not talking about me. Like, I've met girls that have been there since the beginning, before they were the Backstreet Boys. Back in Europe, before they came to the US, when they were like touring like small little venues on high schools and stuff. Like, I've met those girls, and none of them have been invited to anything.
Wow.
What about, I'm telling you, what about the fans?
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, you went at the Sphere, you went to 23
shows.
3 shows out of a 35.
Yeah.
Do you still feel butterflies, before the...
I feel butterflies every time I see those guys, especially Kevin.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, my hands shake and my legs shake every time I see Kevin.
Wow.
That doesn't happen with any of the other guys. Like, I have videos and I can prove that. I can show you that if Nick is there, I'm totally fine. Howie has come to me to hug me like a lot of times. Yeah. And I'm fine because like just seeing, my friend.
Yeah.
But when Kevin gets there,
it's another story.
Oh my God. Yeah. I try to be perfectionist when he's right there, because I don't want to let him down in any single sense. Wow. Because he will notice.
Yeah.
Like, I will do my makeup. I cannot go like without doing my hair, my nails, my makeup and everything, because I don't want, like, I want him to remember me
looking great,
looking
fresh.
Good, So I know sometimes I'll have like, dark eyes, because sometimes I was like back-to-back shows and we barely sleep. Mm-hmm. But I try to cover that so that he doesn't notice that I'm, sleepy. Yeah. And, we just try to do our best to that. We take a lot of time to like do our makeups as well for them to see us good and not show how tired we are sometimes.
Well, no, and it is very exhausting,
It is.
You were talking about, July, right? When you were waiting there on,
120
oh my God, degrees, right? Right now in December, under
we had
the rain.
You know what? On December 31st, we got rain.
Uh-huh.
You can see my pictures. Like, I even had to take naps. Yeah. There was a picture one of my friends took of me laying like pretty much on a chair that we got there, covered from head to toes in blankets and with a plastic poncho because it was raining.
Yeah, I did see you wearing that poncho. I didn't see the rain, but I did see you in that poncho, right?
Oh my God, it was insane.
Yeah.
But, that's our sacrifices we do.
Fernanda, so the question is, would you do that again?
I'll do it again.
There you go. So, right, so those are the small things, I would say, right? So some of the behind the scenes things that a lot of people don't acknowledge, right?
Yeah, the only thing is that this summer, I'm not doing any dates. I'm not roasting again, melting on the street.
That's right. They announced some new
dates. They just announced new dates yesterday. Mm-hmm. And tickets, of course, we're going to get on sale today for Vibe. And, this coming week are, going to be on Ticketmaster, which is going to be another battle. But me and my friends are not doing this.
So you're skipping July?
We're skipping July. Wow. You know why? Because we already have Germany.
Wow, that's right. They're also coming to Germany,
right? Let me tell you something. Germany is cheaper.
Germany is cheaper?
Germany is way much cheaper than Vegas in every single sense.
Yeah. So I've experienced concerts outside of the US, right? As outside of America. But how are they different to the ones from here? How are, what's different?
Well, prices. I'm going to tell you that. First thing.
But not a lot of the times you have a seat assigned, which I like here in the US.
The assigned seats, you mean?
That, a lot of times you have an assigned seat. Well, most of the time you have an assigned seat.
The only time that I had assigned seats were in the Philippines and Japan. Mm-hmm. And I got assigned seats in Monterrey back in 2020, which I didn't
Mexico.
like, but it was fine. But it wasn't that bad, because even the people in the pit on the floor had assigned seats.
Yeah.
But in Germany, they have different assignments on like different areas of the stage,
Right.
which was kind of cool. I don't know if they're doing the same show as the Sphere. I think Howie said the other day on a video that they might be like an adaptation on that. Well, it's a homecoming,
Yeah.
so let's see how that goes. But we actually got several areas in different days that we're doing. So besides, like, if you compare the U.S. to other countries, not specifically to Germany, the U.S. is one of the most expensive countries to get tickets to see not only the Backstreet Boys, but other artists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the main reasons for many fans to go to other countries besides the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Sphere is something that right now it's like specifically to Vegas, but when they have competition, because I'm sure someone's going to build a Sphere in Asia, the Middle East, or the East Coast, there's going to be competition, and they're going to have to do it better. Especially, if you see like pre-sale tickets for pits are not so bad, but if you get seats, they're insanely pricey.
Yeah.
Even the suites are expensive. Like, oh my God. So that's one of the main reasons. Also, the crowds are different.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the U.S., a lot of people are from the U.S.
That's right.
They do get a lot of internationals as well, especially from Mexico, which is closer,
Yeah.
But I've met a lot of people from all over that have come to see the Backstreet Boys. But in other countries, for example, in Germany, that I was back in 2024, people from all Europe went to see the Backstreet Boys just for the festival that they were there. So that, because it's more affordable. So I saw people not just from Germany, but from all around Europe going to see the Backstreet Boys. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's why they actually did their, the residency in Germany as well. Besides that, it was the country that actually started the Backstreet Boys as well. But that's the main difference. And also the crowds are a little different in every single venue that you attend all over the world. That I can say.
So yeah, but definitely, if you have the opportunity to come and see Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, you have to.
You have to.
It's once of a lifetime experience,
Totally.
I believe,
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that, and I've said that before. Like it's a show that you can miss, and that pretty much you need to experience at least once. You will not get disappointed. But at this point, like me and my girls are done for a while with Sphere. As I said, the only thing that will make me come back in the summer will be if they put Howie's birthday. If they don't release dates for that exact date, I will not come back. And I'm going to tell you another reason why. Remember, the World Cup is being played in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico.
That's right.
Plane tickets are very, very expensive at this point. Plus, hotels are going to be going up again. And the heat is going to burn us like it did last time. I saw a lot of people that got dehydrated and that passed out on the pits from the heat. So I deal with that too. I don't want to be dealing with that anymore. That's why a lot of us also got VIPs, for not standing in that heat for so long. Right now in December and February, the runs were a little bit more controllable in the sense of the heat because, it's better to just get the cold, than the heat, So we are not doing any shows in the summer. Like, I cannot deal with the heat anymore. Yeah.
But you did July, you did December, and then you did February.
Yeah, I did July and August too. So.
Yeah, I mean, how were they different? I mean, because people say, it's like, okay, well, it's another show. It's the same, all the same songs. I mean, what would you tell to somebody that says that?
The crowd is different in every single show.
Yeah.
For example, people on Valentine's Day, I'm so sure, and I'm 100% sure on that, a lot of Latin people came to the Valentine's Day show. A lot.
Well, that's right. I mean, a lot of people come to Vegas to celebrate Valentine's,
and
why not come to?
And you know why I noticed that? Because I know my people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know my Latino people, mi gente Latino people.
Right.
They kept throwing stuff on stage.
Oh, wow.
The entire show, I saw a lot of things flying over my head, landing on the stage.
Wow.
T-shirts, shoes, toys,
Wow.
bags, jackets.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
One
a whole wardrobe.
Oh my God, the security there was really pissed.
Wow.
They were trying to control everyone because they just kept doing it all over.
And where was it coming from?
From people.
People that on the seats?
No,
or
on the pit.
On the pit. Wow.
It was very annoying. Plus, one of that hit Kevin.
Oh. No, then, yeah.
I was there and I was trying to look who it was because I was going to get some words with that person.
Oh, wow.
There's no way you throw something to that man.
Yeah.
Or to any of them.
Definitely. I mean, you know.
Ask for it. Like, they're good. When you ask for a permission, they will let you, you know? But don't just throw it like that.
Was it something for them to sign or was just stuff that they had on their hand?
Things to sign. A lot of them were like, oh, it's for you. Boom.
Oh.
Like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
You know? Like, they don't have hands right there. They're like trying to...
They're performing, right? I mean, they're not, you know, imagine if they start picking up everything that, you know.
No, and imagine that they don't see that. And they're, you know what happened with AJ a couple shows ago? He tripped on Howie.
Oh.
And he fell on stage.
Oh, wow.
What about
I did see a video
something
on that,
that's
I remember.
why, you know, because that's what security is so annoying because they can have an accident. They will not see something on stage and they can slip there and fall over.
Yeah.
You know, and who are they going to blame on that?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because seriously, American people don't do that. I've never seen like American like crowd. They will not throw that stuff. I'm sorry, gente Latina, but this is very annoying. You don't do that.
You know, I've seen, you know, people throwing stuff at them to, you know, for them to sign and so on. But to your point, that's right. You know, we don't acknowledge that it could be a hazard for them because they're not looking at the floor. They're not looking at what they're stepping on, right? They're looking at the audience.
It can cause an accident. Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
100%. And you can also injure someone if you don't throw it the right way. You can injure someone in the crowd as well, you know?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So we can say that, you know, the Sphere experience is over because, you know, we have some shows coming up in July.
And I'm sure they're going to they'll keep coming back again and again and again until they get tired of it.
I did see a post from Howie, I think it was, right? That, you know, he was mentioning that 80% of the audience, it's from the U.S., right? Yeah. The other 20 is from, you know, international, right? You know, so, you know, of course, as a driver, you know, Las Vegas, you know, is a destination point for a lot of tourism, right? You know, from within the U.S. and, you know, from, you know, international. So, of course, you know, if you're in Vegas and they're performing, you have to see them.
Totally, 100%. And because, you know, they do have a lot of... audience in Latin America, like a lot. In Europe, oh my God. And in Asia, I can tell you that. I also met girls that came from Australia just for the shows. Yeah. So they're all over. And a lot of people, for example, a lot of my friends that I've met throughout the years in like different countries, they haven't been able to come to the US because they don't have a visa.
Yeah, that's another, right?
That's
you know?
Another issue. Yeah, so they will not be able to see the show. You know what I mean?
Right now in Las Vegas, they're doing a lot of events, a lot of...
like solo events, do you mean?
The solo events that they do as well.
You know...
How are those?
For example, Nick did something for his birthday. He just turned 46, which he says he's 45. And I kind of feel that because, you know, we lost pretty much 2 years in the pandemic. So, okay, Nick, you're fine if you want to turn 45 again.
Right. Yeah.
But he threw like this skate party. And I didn't attend that because I wasn't here. But some girls did, and they posted videos. And it seemed really nice because they were skating with him. They sing happy birthday to him. They got a cake and they got dessert. And that was pretty fun. Howie, on the other hand, he tends to do these Howie Eats. Yeah, I've been to several Howie Eats, and I love those kind of events. The only thing that pisses me off is that it's always oversold.
So yeah, I think I did see you posting about something that they oversum. So what exactly happens there? I mean, I've never been to one, right? But for the fans that have
Yeah.
never been to one, what really happens? Is it worth it?
For me, it is worth it in the sense that, for example, you pay for the How We Eats events, you go to a restaurant, you get the food, so you get a nice lunch most of the times. And you get Howie comes to your table, talks to you, gets to meet you. He will actually sometimes will sit down and even eat with you. And you can just talk about it. You can get selfies. You can make, him sign several
Sign something.
stuff. But it's, I've been to this Howie Eats pretty much all over the world. And they're usually like, 100 people the most. But here in Vegas, it's been outrageous. Like, it's always oversold. There's always over 200 people. And he doesn't have much time anyway. So he cannot reach or give anyone the attention that they deserve because he's going to be rushing. That's my point when I did my video that I posted. But, I'm no one. At the end of the day, they don't listen to me. I would love to say a lot of stuff, but I can make videos and I can make posts and anything. I'll never know if the information or the
Gets to them.
concerns that I post will actually reach them. But it is what it is. If we are paying for an event with him, keep it to a certain number and don't just oversell the event.
Yeah.
Because that's why we're paying.
And mainly, I mean, to your point, Fernanda, and and that's what I sense, right? Mainly people that pay for it, that go to it, it's people that are hardcore fans,
Yeah.
that they want to have that moment with them.
Yeah, I'm not even hardcore fans because I've seen girls that they pay because that's the only way of them to meet at least one of the Backstreet Boys. And how he's so good at meeting people and greeting people and, taking selfies and giving their time. That's what we want to have from, this type of events.
Yeah.
So me and my girls actually, because we've been to several ones, it pisses us off because we don't get the time for what we're paying. And it's kind of sad, because it ruins the experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but regardless of anything, how he eats, for me, it's the best out of all the solo stuff that they tend to do. All of them. Like, I love Nick, don't get me wrong, but Nick is not Howie. Howie is mi gente Latino, so he knows how to make us smile and give us extra love.
Yeah.
100%.
Feel special, right?
Oh yeah,
Feel
100%.
special. Yeah, so come and spend, even if it's, just a minute or two at your table, come and give you that time.
Yeah, I will totally recommend. If you ask me like which of the Backstreet Boys solo events you would recommend, go to How We Eats.
So they're fun. You go, you drink, and you eat.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, great.
Yeah, because you also get drinks, which is a total combo. Backstreet Boy, food and drinks, and even this one has karaoke, which was very fun.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it was way too much people. He should just keep it to a small crowd to, be able to reach all the fans over there.
And that happens every day?
No,
Or is it-
he did it over the summer. He did it on Saturdays, and it's before the show. And he didn't do any in December. In December he did a late night snack after the last show, which was kind of the same thing, but at midnight.
Yeah.
Which that one.
You're exhausted?
Oh my God! I went to bed like at 4 a.m. that day. I was exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. My pictures look awful because I was already very tired from the entire day. So
from waiting in the day, during the
going
day
to the show and
get to
then
the show,
go to see Howie.
being at the show, and then
So I will change that. But this time he did 2 Howie Eats in February, the 2 weekends that they had. The first weekend they told me that it was maybe 100 people, and the last one that I did was Valentine's Day, of course. That one was a lot of people. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the event that I would totally recommend. Also, Nick did a solo show kind of before the show back in August, which was pretty nice too. I like to see him solo as well. AJ hasn't done anything. And the after parties as well. They did they did after parties pretty much all the weekends in December, which was kind of fun. I do have a lot of stuff to say on that as well. I would not recommend that much if you're caught on your budget. And for my birthday weekend, Nick had a only Nick after party, which I will also had a lot of stuff to say, but maybe we can leave that to our next episode.
Right.
And
there's a lot to say, Fernanda, right?
I have a lot of stuff to say. I like a lot. Maybe I can get in trouble, but I mean, it is what it is because no one asked me, but I'm sure my girls will support because we all have the same complaints on that stuff, But yeah, this time they also did an after party. The 2 weekends, it's also very late. I mean, the boys get inside like at 2 a.m.
Wow.
I'm supposed to be in bed by midnight. I'm not a teenage anymore. So,
And then you're coming from Ecuador, right?
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that I will change. Yeah. But, I'm no one to tell them what to do. And, people can just choose to go or not. A lot of people do choose because it's their only chance to see the Backstreet Boys. But yeah, the logistics will have to be a little bit more specific in many things, especially on the ticket sales and the VIPs and all the stuff going on. Yeah, that I can say.
Yeah, you just mentioned budgets, right? Yeah. So it does get expensive, right?
Does.
Another question that I saw a lot, people wondering, how do you pull this off? I mean, where do you get, you live in Ecuador, like we mentioned. Mm-hmm. How do you get the money to come 23 shows in the U.S. and, have a budget to still go to, overseas?
Well, I have a full-time job, but a lot of my job, I can actually do it abroad because I don't need to be like specifically home,
or in an office,
or in an office. Oh, nice. Okay.
That's a privilege.
It is, and also I do travel a lot to the U.S. for business as well. So sometimes I'm able to pull a trip and combine work and Backstreet Boys. Yeah. So that's how I kind of merge my budget between work, plane tickets, and the Backstreet Boys, but I do a lot of sacrifices as well. Mm-hmm. I do have my credit cards on top. I've gotten a couple loans that I'm still paying since DNA. But right now I have pretty much 3 jobs.
There you go. Right?
There you go.
Mystery solved.
There you go. Right. I'm not sleeping with anyone. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but
and of course, that's dedication, and with dedication, sacrifice comes, right?
A lot.
You have to put things in a balance.
Yeah, as I said before, a lot of people spend money on luxury, like luxury bags, designer clothes, expensive cars, or jewelry. Mm-hmm. This is how you see me. I'm not wearing any high brand stuff. I'm not driving a luxury car. I mean, I don't have a fancy house or a fancy anything. It's just me. I still can go outside and be like a normal person.
Yeah.
But yeah, because all my money got invested on the Backstreet Boys at this point. That's a long time investment. I'm never gonna recover it. But I'm gonna have the memories to tell in a couple of years as well. And all the pictures that I've taken and all the memories I've done, that hopefully I'll be able to publish my book later on, the one that I was telling you about. Right. This is it with this.
I'm talking about books. You have a book right here that your friend just published,
yes. Right? This is a book that my friend just published days ago, where she pretty much talks about what she has lived through the years. She's also one of the longtime fans of several boy bands, especially the Backstreet Boys.
And you are mentioning that book.
Yes, I was picked to actually write the foreword. So I'm very honored that she actually picked me to do that. The book is published in Amazon. You can get the
Let's
book
go get it.
either on Kindle or the book
printed.
itself, printed
The hard
version.
copy.
I will totally recommend because there's a lot of stuff that she talks about. And I will be doing kind of the same, but focusing in another way. But this one actually, it's her experience throughout with the fandom and with the, meeting the boys and Backstreet Boys and going to shows, and also talking about what I've said, the crowds and, the stuff through the decades. Because, boy bands have evolved throughout the years. So pretty much she talks about that. Yeah.
So in your book, so when should we expect it? And what should we expect in that book?
I am working very hard on that. As I said, last year I was very busy with school because, I was doing another master's degree again. Because sometimes I tend to be a little nerdy. But, and plus the Backstreet Boys, at the Sphere, I pretty much lost all my summer. So, and I was working. But I'm already, I already have been ahead of writing a couple more chapters on that. It will be a book pretty much about how I started, how I did it, and pretty much how I was able to score tickets. Because some people just, I don't know how they keep asking, how do I get tickets?
Just
and
like
I'm
anybody else,
like
right?
anyone else. So I'm gonna be, it's not like a tutorial to do so, but pretty much for people to see how easy it is. I'm trying to be ironic because it was never easy, and if it was easy, everyone would have done it.
Everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
Me and Sonia, we live the same experience, and we know how challenging it is. We know how people, misperceive things, right?
Totally 100%.
They think that, you just show up and, the doors are open for you.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm trying,
and especially because of the financial investment, they think
Totally.
they do it because they don't buy tickets, which at times it could be the most expensive.
I wish.
Right?
I totally wish, but yeah, I'm trying to that's another reason why I'm not doing Vegas this round, because I want to sit down and just work on that 100%. So I will have it kind of done by the end of the year, because there's a lot of stuff. If this book is 500 pages, mine might have more.
Great. Well, we're all gonna be waiting for it.
I'll
sure.
let you know for sure.
I
I'll
think,
send you a copy because.
Yeah.
And the book is gonna be also in English, because my dream will actually be to hand my book to the boys directly one day. I don't know when would that happen, but my dream will be listen, boys, I know you see us in the crowd, but I don't know if you know how hard is it to be part of this crowd.
Yeah.
So that will be my dream coming true, to just let them know what I've experienced. I know some they do kind of know, but they don't know in deep details on how I did it and how my girls did it, because along the way I did meet a lot of girls that did it. I'm not gonna publish names because I don't want to get in trouble with any girls and stuff, but I'm gonna post the good and the bad things that happened to me along the way, all over the world, and in all the different crowds that I was, following these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, should we expect a chapter for the band, for the whole group, or should we expect a chapter for each of the members?
You are expecting a chapter for each show.
For each. Oh wow! Yeah, more.
Because I have a lot of stuff to say.
Nice.
On every single show that I've done.
Great.
Especially on DNA, because that one was the world tour.
Yeah.
For Vegas, I will make a summary. And I'm also waiting until the end of the year, because I want to put Germany as well, because I want to see the difference between Vegas residency and Germany residency. Yeah. So I want to put that into, words as well. So a lot of people that cannot do any of the shows will be, expecting. Hopefully I'll be able to put a lot of pictures that I've never posted before. So, people can, see that stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and for sure, Fernanda, I think that, after experiencing Las Vegas, the Sphere, they're showing the Spheres, going to Germany, they've set the bar very high for themselves.
Oh yeah, they did.
Right?
But the thing is that it's in the visual stuff, Trust me, that these guys, I've seen them perform even on cruises, like sitting right next to me in an acoustic, way, and they will do great, regardless of any space that they get. I'm sure they'll do great. They'll make the most out of it. So I think they said that because there's no other venue around the world.
Yeah,
that has the same, Sphere features. I think that's the only thing. But regardless of anything, seriously, like those guys can just sing a cappella. They can sing acoustic, and they will still perform a great show anywhere in this world. I did a joke not the other day, but a couple months ago. I did a video when I was like, I get all this hate from fandoms, from girls in the fandom, because I'm just following the Backstreet Boys on tour all over the world. And I got a comment from one of the wives that I'm not gonna tell who, that said, because I said like the only place that I'm missing will be like the moon, and she replied and she said, a concert in the moon, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
Which was nice because I was not expecting that kind of support because I never tagged her on that, which was really nice.
Yes.
And they, the wives also know how hard it is. The wives also recognize the fans that have been there for this long time,
right,
and that are supporting their husbands.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Ultimately, it is their career, is their job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's where, they benefit from, that's where they make a living out of, right?
Yeah,
100%. At the end, them, being on a stage performing, if it's here, if it's in the moon, right? And I remember that,
Yeah, and
that was our episode.
And remember, because they have kids, and when they're out on tour, they cannot travel everywhere with their husbands. Yeah. Because they have kids, kids go to school. And
in addition to that, they have to compensate their dad being away.
Exactly.
Right?
So
the dad being
they
away.
know as the fans are doing the job to be supporting them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, we don't know if it'll be possible to do a concert in the moon, but
I know.
The option is there.
Well, we'll never know.
You never know. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
because like the only place, the only continent on this planet that they haven't performed is Antarctica.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Yeah, right.
But please, I cannot handle the weather. Just don't do it,
don't
guys.
Do it. You won't go.
I will go, but you will not recognize me because I'm gonna have to be covered like a penguin. So
there you go.
No.
So great. It's amazing, Fernanda, that you've been capturing all these memories, throughout all those shows, right? And that you are gonna put them on a book.
I will.
think that from a true hardcore fan, every story should end in a book.
It should.
It should end in the book, because it's right there. You'll document the good, the bad, the ugly. Right?
And you know what? The thing is that I'm gonna die one day. That's for sure. We're all gonna die one day. Why not leaving something that that might help other generations coming out? Because there might be other boy bands or other groups, coming out in a couple of years or not, in a couple, decades. Yeah. They can just, read my book and be like, oh, there was a fan like us now. I'm going to be dead in a couple of years for sure. So, just leave something that will actually be helpful for other fans as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And, to encourage them to do so as well.
And to live life.
Yeah. Just, just to be happy.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life and do what you want and, music. Right. There, and keep the Backstreet Pride alive, of course.
I've noticed on your Instagram, you also have a subscribers. So right there, you share anyone that subscribes to your channel. What can they expect?
I do throw hints a lot of the times, and I've been publishing videos that I don't post
to my
regular public
followers in your. Oh, okay, nice. Okay,
yeah, I'm trying to do that more right now that I'm gonna be like kind of no shows right now. I'm gonna be getting back into that for my TikTok and for my Instagram account as well. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Great. So based on that, I mean, how do people interact with you in there, or why is it different than the regular standard
You know,
follower?
for some reason, like when you're a subscriber, I do get messages from, the subscribers.
More gentle, more
No,
nicer?
yeah, because no one's gonna write subscribe and start throwing hate. You know what I mean? But when they text me or something, it doesn't go to the spam, so I can see the messages.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been throwing out some videos that I haven't posted to regular stuff before, like exclusive content that I haven't posted in any platform. So I'm trying to do that to, because as I said, no one is subscribing to something that they hate.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that, because I mean, out of all honesty,
Yeah.
I go when I go to the same show for several times, right? There's a day that I dedicate to record a show.
Yeah.
Because that I'm gonna go back and look at it, right? And then there's another day where like
You're just
I do
there and
nothing.
leaving.
I just enjoy the show, right?
Yeah.
And another time, every now and then I record here, I record there, right? But that's
That happens to me a lot too. I tend to record pretty much all the shows, but over the last few, depends on where I stay. I will record when they're in front of me, and when they're not kind of in front of me, I'll just stop recording.
Yeah.
Because there were so many people like over the last show, so I was just like trying to like party in the crowd with my girls, and just try to record when they're like close to me, when we kind of get interaction, because when they're far away they can't see us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I do have a lot of I have 23 shows recorded, and 45 from the DNA, and others from other events and cruises and solo events and Las Vegas residency. I do have a lot of content to share.
Yeah.
So I'm at, right now that I'm writing the book, I've been going through a lot of, those documents that I have filed, and I've been, trying to post most of that. I'm only doing that on the subscriber side, and I'll just put like regular stuff on like general public in my account. And I do put like other stuff for my close friends and family as well. And yeah, the thing is that if I want the Backstreet Boys to see something, it has to be public.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason why my account is open. Because only the Backstreet Boys account follows me on Instagram, but none of them follows me because I think they're not allowed to follow fans.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do, but I'm not gonna give names. Well, that's them I'm not gonna say
them.
that's on them,
Yeah.
But none of them have actually followed me. Nick actually follows me on TikTok since July last year, and I do post a lot of on TikTok as well. So, they sometimes will give me a like or something, but it's not that I can communicate with them regardless of anything. I just can see them on stage.
Yeah.
I
I need to take that from you. I mean, I think, because I do dedicate some time to record the show, like I said, and it's only for me. Like, I don't really, because they're very good videos that I don't want them to, people take them.
You know what? Not that you mentioned, I stopped posting a lot of videos because, I used to have 1,000 followers. I've been growing throughout the years, and now I've reached over 20,000 on Instagram, and I have a little over on TikTok over the last years. But I started setting a watermark in every single video that I post because people steal my videos, and they'll put a watermark.
Their watermark.
Pretending to be their video.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, it's not. Give me a credit.
Yes.
They will just steal my video and post it on pages that get paid for views.
Yes.
And what about me?
Exactly.
I'm not getting paid for views.
Exactly.
And my video is like one of the most amazing videos,
Yeah.
And I'm not getting paid. And they're making money out of my video, and I don't even get a credit.
That's exactly how I feel, Fernanda.
100%.
Exactly. I see their watermark, even sometimes when I do, because, putting a watermark on the video, it ruins it.
You know what? I used to put a little watermark, and they will get a bigger one and put it on top. So ever since I actually, like over the last months, I actually got one that will cover the entire video.
Wow, yeah.
And I don't care. If you want to see my video, like I do it, edit it and everything. I'm not an expert, but I try to do it my best. But I'll put it, and you cannot erase that.
Yeah.
I've been very pissed because a lot of people have like 100,000 followers. They get paid for content. They will steal my video. And I know pages that will actually steal videos from every single person, and they will put it in their page. I got into a lot of fights with a lot of girls that they've never invested one single penny on seeing the Backstreet Boys, and they call themselves fans from their houses, stealing videos and getting paid and saying and posting because they say there's their video. No, I've never seen you. You've never seen the Backstreet Boys live.
Yes.
And then you're here, posting videos saying that they're yours.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Not fair at all. I'm with you on that. That's why, I think,
and Instagram doesn't do anything because you report it and they don't do anything.
They don't. Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like they erase a watermark.
Oh, yeah.
They put a bigger watermark. And that's why I post a little bit and very short.
Yeah.
But to your point, it's like, I want to share,
I want to share too.
Like, the amazing moment, I mean, when, in this case, Enrique, right? When he comes, like, and he stands right in front of me and he just serenades or sings the whole entire song, right?
Totally.
I'm
totally there with you. For example, I have a lot of videos that I've posted just for close friends and family in my Instagram. And I do have the Backstreet Boys set as a, close friends and family. And Kevin, of course, have seen it. Because I have posted very personal videos when he's there. And, I only get 100 views. But it's just the people that I want them to see my video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of them, of course, is him. And I get emotional sometimes. So I do tend to do a lot of videos of the videos that I got from him. Because I know if I post a lot of videos like in public, they're gonna steal it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I have 3 different groups: subscribers, my friends and family, and general people.
Yeah, and plus it's again, you have some special shots that
totally.
It's just not a shot. It means something, right?
Exactly. It has a background story.
Yeah.
In every shot you have. That's why I'm telling you, every single show has its moment. That's why I'm pretty much every time recording, running out of memory. I pay extra to get extra memory, to the cloud and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I have almost 2 terabytes of videos at this point.
Yes.
And I've
it's
downloaded
very
a lot.
easy,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Because you actually put effort to don't be shaking and to get like a good shot, a good close-up.
Yes.
On that shot. That I swear to God, if you see my videos, you're like, wow. I've shown my friends my videos. They're like, oh my God, where did you get this? I'm like, I recorded. They're like, there's no way. I'm like, no. And I've even like showed these guys my videos. They're like, oh my God, like how did you do it?
Yeah.
So, that's why I stopped posting a lot of stuff over the last years. I used to post every single stuff that I recorded, but I don't do it anymore because of that reason.
It makes total sense. I think, like I say, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a subscribers
do it.
Channel, and I'm gonna start sharing things like that, to make people, put people, because that's what I want, like people that are unable to come to the show.
Yeah.
I want to show them what the show was.
Exactly. You can show them like how was your view on that concert and why was it so special.
That's right.
And they can totally understand. And like people that will actually support you will be subscribing on that, because haters will not pay to see your stuff, They'll be like, no. Yeah. Well, maybe they will.
Right, yeah. Maybe there'll be one or two.
But you know what?
Hey, but at least they're paying for, to give you some of that.
Exactly. But still, like, for example, when I identify haters, I block them. I'm blocking a lot of people when I get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
And sometimes my friends will be like, "Oh, she was talking shit about you, on this other channel, whatever." Blocked. I will
They will
go
be nice
get
to you, but talking,
exactly.
Yeah.
Either you're good to me or you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want this type of people. Okay, and I do block a lot of people, a lot, because I do get a lot of, you've seen it over the last video.
You know what, and it was just overwhelming. It was just overwhelming. People seeking to or questioning, just everything,
Yeah, and throwing hate out of nothing.
Yeah,
and making up stories. Making up stories like that they saw me, that I was, that I was looking bad at them. I'm like,
but even so, I mean,
what?
it's, you don't know everybody.
Exactly.
And another thing, you mentioned that earlier today. A lot of people, because I experienced it, a lot of people come and they start talking to you so they can get ahead in line.
Yes, yes,
and
exactly. Or they want to get information.
That they're your friend, or get information too, like where do they stay? At what time do
totally.
they? Where is the exit? What do they do? What can I? Right? So yeah, I mean, I live it.
Yeah,
I live it.
and a lot of people will actually try to to see where you are, because they will run comment with you. We, like, over the last weekend, now that it's funny that you mentioned that, this weekend we were, at the show, and we ended up like, not center, but like couple, like in the Catway at the show. And one of the girls that we met there went to the restroom. And she asked everyone to go to the restroom. And when she was coming back, a random girl actually like followed her, and she tried to sneak over with her. And we know the lady that went to the restroom, but we didn't know this other girl. And we were like, "Excuse me." and she was like, "Oh, I want to know if if the guys will actually read." And she had like a little tiny piece of paper asking like the Backstreet Boys something like, "Are you with her?" And the girl turned to me and was just like, "No, she's not with me." I'm like, "Okay, you need to go back.
Go back to your
go back to your seat.
Hopefully they can read it from over there."
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, but I cannot stay here." I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
Because they will try to get advantage of you in every single sense, and it was not even me. But I've seen people that will see me and that will want to come run
to where you're at,
to where I am.
That's right. I we have experienced that as well. It's people want to be where you're at because some attention is gonna be there.
Yeah, but my question is, why don't you just go to your own place and get your own attention?
Yeah. Get there early enough. Be the first one in line.
And you don't even have to be there like in the front row, because I've seen a lot of interactions with fans like more, they're way high
up there.
They will see you.
Yeah.
Just stay in your place and get your own attention, and don't like go towards me, because of course, I'm going to be there. I might get out. Don't get me wrong.
You never know, Fernanda.
You never know. I don't get attention in all the shows. Let me tell you.
You don't go there looking for the attention.
No, I just go there
or
to like
expecting them to.
Yeah, but when they'll see me, if I have a sign, they will laugh about it. If I don't have a sign, sometimes they'll be like, "Where's my sign?" or something, But just don't try to hang up with with other fans that that kind of will get the attention. Just get your own attention. Yeah. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of girls that is the first time and they will get attention, and they're not even on the front row.
Yeah.
And they will be happy with that, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. I mean, to your point, Fernanda, like we were saying earlier today, do the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because they don't know, how many hours you've been waiting there for,
Exactly.
They don't know if you already had lunch.
Nothing.
Did they bring you a bottle of water, or did they offer you a bottle of water?
No, and you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I wanna make this public. I wanna thank every single girl that has seen me over the crowd and in the lines, not even just in Vegas, but all over the world, that have actually gave me food. They gave me water. They gave me candies or chocolate or wherever when they've seen me like
you need to go to a restroom, and I'll
exactly.
cover your spot.
So I wanna make a shout out to every single girl that I met. I've never seen. Some of them, it was the first time that I met there. They've known about me. They have seen me all, on social media. I want to say thank you to every single one of you that that have pretty much
being there for you,
being nice to me
Yeah.
in every single sense, trying to help in every single way that they've done it.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. It's like that's when you are actually connecting with people.
Yeah.
Right. That's when people know that you are a friendly person, that you are approachable, that you're just a fan.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not even like just food and water. Some of them were like, "Oh, you know what? The Backstreet Boys are coming here. Don't pay hotel. Please come stay in my house."
Yeah.
Some other friends that I'm going to that place, they were like, "Yeah, just stay in my house. Save that money." So that's another help that I've gotten throughout the years. So thank you for every single one that has also done that for me.
Awesome. Well, great. There you go. That's another mystery solved, on why sometimes, because people don't know that you're tired. People don't know that you've been waiting for long hours there.
I think people just expect me to
They don't know
be
the
happy
backstory.
every single show and every single way. But I cannot have my face smiling every single time. Sometimes I overthink a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'm a very hard thinker. I think a lot of stuff. I have so many ideas and so many things in my mind. It doesn't matter where I am. I always think about my job, my family, how my house is, how my puppies are, my dad, my friends. I don't know, my friend that lives in Australia or in China, it's their birthday today. I don't want to forget to send them a text or anything. Or, I need to buy this stuff. I need to pay bills and other stuff. Like, I always have a lot of stuff going on in my mind. So it's not that I'm, mean or I look, mad. It's just that I do overthink a lot. And that's kind of like a problem. I've always been like this, but it is what it is.
Well, that's part of your personality, Fernanda.
Yeah.
That's who you are, ultimately, right?
Totally.
Take it or leave it.
Totally.
Take it or leave it, right? Great. Hey, so let's switch gears right here. I just saw a post from AJ.
Yeah.
Yes, it was AJ. I'm still getting familiar with all of them. I got to know a lot about the Backstreet Boys in the last month. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
A lot. Which it's just so enriching. It's just so satisfying. To see the passion that the fans have for them. But let's switch gears right here. So AJ just mentioned that they want to be at the Super Bowl next year. What do you think about that?
Oh my God, I was worried you'll ask that.
Why?
Okay, I would love them to be at the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, because they're big at this point. They're very big. Like, I would love them to get all the attention, and other fans that have never seen them will actually see them perform, and I'm sure they'll throw a great performance. But the part that I don't like is that they're gonna get even bigger, and as the fans, it's already hard enough to get tickets to see their shows. It's going to get out of our hands, and we are not going to be able to score any ticket ever. That's what, worries me. I don't have any doubt that they could do it. I would love them to do it. That's something that they've been wanting to do for years. That's one of the things that they have in their bucket list for years as a Grammy. That
it's time, I would say,
it's
right?
It's time for them to get a Grammy. And it's time for them to get, the Super Bowl halftime. But I'm telling you, it worries me on the side that they're going to get even bigger and they are going to get more inaccessible for the fans and will be just on a budget for celebrities and rich people to afford them,
Well, the Super Bowl itself, for a fan, those 15 minutes, I don't think you would enjoy them.
I wouldn't go to see them at the Super Bowl. Only if they will invite me, I will go see them at a Super Bowl. But I'm not spending a ticket to go to a Super Bowl. First of all, because I don't know about football. I only know about football because I know Kevin loves football and Nick does too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they score or anything because I didn't grow up in a football, kind of environment.
More of the soccer, yeah.
Soccer, I can do it. Soccer, I've been to a lot of, soccer games. I would love to come to the World Cup, but I can pay.
Save that money for the Backstreet Boys.
Oh my God, no. And I cannot afford those tickets.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. I would have just go to another country. The U.S. is impossible right now. Even Canada and Mexico, the tickets are insane. But I'm telling you, that's the only reason I don't want them to perform at Super Bowl.
So they had a commercial for this Super Bowl, right? I mean,
oh my God,
where did it come from? I mean,
they are at the Sphere. They already got the attention, I guess. And I love the commercial. I know they recorded that in New York in January. A couple of my friends saw them.
Did you guys know that it was a commercial for the Super Bowl, or
I knew?
You knew, okay.
I knew when they were going, and because
I think you did give a hint about the phone company they were sponsoring.
Yeah, I did.
Sponsoring them?
I thought, but you know what? I thought they were gonna use the call to advertise. Not I want it that way.
Yeah.
I love the commercial. Especially when Nick is like, hit the fans.
Yeah.
And the part where Kevin shows his hair, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that they're having fun, and I love that they're having all this attention, and that they're filling out their pockets. Because, of course, they got paid a lot of money to do that, and to freeze their asses off over there, because they actually recorded
in Times Square. Yeah.
They recorded right before the storm.
Wow.
So it was very cold in New York, like really, really cold. Yeah. So actually, one of my friends was like, the guys are going to be here. Why don't you just come? I'm like, after Austria, there's no way I'm going to New York right now. Yeah. Plus, I know the storm was coming and a lot of flights were delayed and all the stuff. And I had to work. And I just, I was in the U.S. a couple of days before that. Yeah. And I was just trying to go back home anyway. So, but it was very funny. I love it that they're, advertising for T-Mobile now. They don't have to catch me because I do have T-Mobile. So that was fun. But yeah, maybe that will give them a boost to actually get the commercial next year. Yeah. This is not the first time that they've done a Super Bowl commercial, though. Yeah.
So, okay. So let's say if they were to do the halftime show, let's do a rapid fire, game here.
Okay.
Let's see, the opening song. Which one would it be? Would it be Backstreet Back or Larger Than Life?
I'll say Everybody.
Everybody.
The opening.
Why everybody?
To engage everybody.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Okay, great. So for the first surprise guest, who do you think they will bring?
Oh my God. Well, I would love to say NSYNC, but I don't think Justin will be willing to perform with them.
You don't think Justin will be willing to perform?
No. Well, he hasn't pretty much joined these guys over the 25 years?
Wow, okay.
I don't think they'll just take Joey or Lance. So I don't think it's any of them.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the thing is that the NSYNC, it's not that the rivalry, there's no rivalry actually, but
it'll be nice to have another boys band.
It should be like a boy band thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love those guys too.
98 Degrees?
I don't think so. They're not so big.
Okay.
I would love to say Britney Spears, but she's been
I was going to ask you too, a female, guest, who would it be? Britney Spears? Christina Aguilera?
The thing is that
Jessica Simpson?
The thing is that Britney Spears has been out of business for a long time now.
Well, let's bring her back.
I mean, I would love to see her.
A lot.
I would love to see her. Don't get me wrong. I never saw her on concert. I had I had the chance to see her when she was in Vegas during those residency, and I never did, and I'm regretting that kind of right now. I would love to see her.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't, I don't know which artist will. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, because they did that mashup with the song.
There you go.
I would love to see that one.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, but on the boy band side, I don't think it's going to be NSYNC. As I'm telling you, Justin is not willing to share fame with the Backstreet Boys. He hasn't even done like a NSYNC tour, a reunion thing. So I don't think it's any of them.
And what about the wardrobe? All white, like they're doing right now for the millennial, or a full reinvention?
I will think they will do Turney, which is the one that actually manages their wardrobe. She's done a pretty good job over the last shows. So I think she will think about something more commemorative with the football stuff. Plus, as I'm telling you, Kevin and Nick are very like huge football fans. So they might kind of do like their wardrobe more into like a uniform kind of like with football, maybe. But I wouldn't know. Maybe they will turn this, the show into like a Millennium 2.0 as well. Maybe, but changing their outfits for sure, like they did in Brazil. I don't think they'll do white on the Super Bowl.
So so what do you think? How would the vibe be? Would it be their performance? Would it be a nostalgic halftime show, or more of a more modern?
I think it will be not a nostalgic one, but it will be like a mashup with all their like greatest hits because it's like what 15 minutes, 10 minutes,
15 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, they can throw a lot of songs there because they
10
have
seconds of each song.
They have enough songs to put out there, like a lot of songs. So it will be like maybe like a mashup with all the albums throughout the years, and like with the most out of the CDs, which like their most popular song and stuff. I think it'll be something related to that.
Yeah.
But with these guys, they always surprise us.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
You could expect anything from them.
I could expect anything from them, anything. But I don't know. Let's see if it happens. We'll never know. They might. I already signed the petition for them to do.
Yeah. Oh, you did? I was going to ask. Did you be honest? Did you sign the petition? Right. Yeah.
I did. I really did.
Awesome.
I did the first day that it came out.
Yeah. What do you think that the Backstreet Boys performing on the Super Bowl will be for the pop culture?
Last time I actually enjoyed like a pop performance. I think like a boy band performance. It was Justin Timberlake back in 2018, which disappointed me a little because I was expecting something else from Justin. I love Justin anyway, but I was expecting a little bit more. He was like kind of promoting his Man of the Woods tour on that time. I think he could do better if he's asked to do another halftime show in the future. But as I said, like it's just with them, we'll never know.
Yeah,
it's just the thing is that they always come out with different ideas, and they want to merge everything into it. But it will be huge for the pop culture in every single sense, because over the last years, like we've seen a lot of like performers, but like pop, like 90s pop, there's not much.
And we need that, we need to bring that back, right? That, 90s pop culture back.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
The millennials need to have a chance there. Gen Z is the one that are having like all the attention now. We can totally do it.
Yeah. Well, if it happens in 2027 or 2028, whenever it happens, we're coming back to this clip, okay?
Okay, sounds
I'm
good.
going to hold you to it. Let's see how much you know.
Call me anytime. I'm always open for anything, interviews on this type of stuff. I like chatting with you.
Yeah, well, awesome. Great. Well, it's been great having you here, Fernanda. But before we close this episode, if you were to have just Kevin here, because we know he's your favorite.
Yeah.
What would you tell him specifically? Or what would you want him to know?
I think he already knows everything, because I've told him so many things throughout the years. But I will tell him I'm very kind of disappointed at this point that they're not including the fans on the Sphere experience anymore. And I know he'll look at me and be like wondering why, and I'll be like, because we're putting a lot of effort to go see you, and a lot of us, and I'm talking in general, we are always expecting for a meet and greet because it's the only chance that we get to be close to you. I know I see you perform, but we always look for it. Like, we are so used to go to meet and greets after or before the show that right now the fact that they're not offering that to the fans and they're just doing stuff for celebrities and influencers hurts a little. Yeah. I would love to tell him that. I would love to tell him that I love him. Of course, I always do. Mm-hmm. I somehow
that wouldn't be new. That's not new because he knows that.
Yeah,
you tell them that?
Even if I don't tell him, I'll be like, I'll go in the crowd and give him my heart, and he'll look at me and he'll wink at me. Somehow, I always try to tell him that I love him because I really do. Like, I appreciate him so much and I respect him in every single way. I don't know. As I said, I think I've said so many things to him throughout the years that at this point, I don't even have to say a word for him to know. He knows when I'm upset. He knows. He's seen me crying. He has seen me very excited when when there's other things going on. He's seen me mad. Mm-hmm. So besides that, I don't know. I will just tell him my concern, and I'll tell him I just wish you were still not on the top of the world as you are right now with the Backstreet Boys, so you can also consider us the fans on your meet and greets. Yeah.
And plus, these meet and greets, I mean, the fans pay for it. They're not free.
They're not.
Right? Probably with the celebrities, they're not buying them, right?
I know. It's their business. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's a business, and a lot of us were willing to pay the money to
spend that quality time with them, right?
Exactly.
Because to you means a lot.
For me, it means a lot because I do collect a lot of memories, and I do get a story from every single meet and greet. Every single meet and greet has a story on the background, either good or bad or sad or very happy, because sometimes I'll be crying meet and greets. Sometimes I'll be super excited. Sometimes we'll be celebrating stuff. So for me, it really meant a lot. And I don't know if these meet and greets are coming back ever. I hope they do. Maybe they're just, it's a phase on them. I just hope it doesn't last that long. But yeah, I mean, this is the concern that I will be willing to tell them, and I do have a lot of stuff that I don't think I'm gonna be able to say, not just to Kevin but for other members. But
what will you tell? Okay, if you have all the members here, what will you tell each of the members, one by one?
Okay,
we already said Kevin.
Kevin, Howie, thank you, because he's very concerned every single way to please every single fan. So for him, it's just a thank you, and I love you, bestie.
He has a great heart.
He's my bestie. That's why he's my bestie. Because it's funny. He actually, he also knows me too much. He does know when I'm mad and when I'm happy and when I'm about to cry. So he will actually try to pull a smile out of my face and cheer me up. So that's what besties do, and it's funny because there's a lot of fans that are like, we're their fans, not their friends. And I'm like, well, I was a fan one time.
That's right, yeah.
When you have a relationship with your friends, with your parents, with, your boyfriend, whatever, you need to be constant in every single way. So I've been really constant with them. So, he calls me bestie. He was the one who started this stuff. So I'm not going to say, don't call me bestie anymore,
Right.
Well, that's why, that's the joke. Nick, he's also very, very concerned, to all the fans. He's always aware to where to look and where their fans are. So I don't have any complaints to him. AJ, I don't have any complaints with him either. He's AJ. Yeah. He's, as I said before, he's a Capricorn like me, so he doesn't give a for anything. Sorry.
Yes.
But he everything, all the hate that's been thrown on him, he just slips it over, and I do too. So I relate with him a lot, even though we haven't speak that much, but there's a respect between him and I, and the time that I have before speak to him. It's been great, but it's like two rocks,
Yeah.
hitting each other because we have very similar characters. And Brian, well, you need to be more humble. Sorry, dude, but you need to be more humble with your fans. A lot of your fans that are my really close friends, they're like Brian's girls. They expect a little bit more from him, and he's not giving that type of stuff. Right. Also, I've got kind of little bad experience with him. I try to, keep it, and my friends lately have been doing that. But you need to put your feet on earth.
Yeah.
You are just like the other guys.
Yeah. With your feet in the ground.
Seriously, that will be my message for him. I love you, Brian, because you're also Kevin's cousin. But you need to put your feet on the ground and be more humbled. Because just remember where you came from and who put you where you are right now. It was the fans.
That's amazing. Great. Well, again, thank you very much, Fernanda. And, just to close this out, what would you tell people, all those fans that misperceive you? What would you want them to know about you?
If you see me, come say hi. I'll never say no. I'm sorry, sometimes I'm tired. I'm also human. I also eat. I also sleep. I also feel tired sometimes. I'm a human just like all of you guys. So, I'm not a bad person. That's the reason why I've been kind of like doing a lot of friends throughout, the shows and throughout the world and all my traveling and everything. So, it's just, you don't need to judge me before you meet me. Like, I'm not always in my 100%, but I do try my best. I mean, don't make up stories that never happen, please. Because a lot of you have said a lot of things that I wasn't even there.
You were not even there. So, and they made you part of the story.
Exactly.
Well, that means a lot, Fernanda. That means that you matter.
The thing is that, for example, one time someone told me, like, if they can either talk good or bad at you, but they're talking about you.
Exactly.
And they're giving you, still the energy. So either you take it or not. Like, I will respond, but I'm not, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not a saint. And
you are very transparent, Fernanda.
Seriously, and if they hit me, I'm not going to turn my face and wait for another hitting my cheek. But I'm going to defend me, okay? Because I'm not standing right now where I am because I just came one random day and expected everything to happen. Yes. I went and chased my dreams. I spent a lot of time. It's been a back and forth adventure in every single sense. So I haven't gotten anything for free. It's been a lot of time, years, effort, money, let's say, put it on that point.
Right.
I'm not a millionaire. If I was a millionaire, trust me, I would just hire the Backstreet Boys for myself. And you would
invite me, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't be queuing in the streets. I wouldn't be queuing buying Ticketmaster. I can just call them and be like, hey guys, you know what? I want to go to see you guys tomorrow. Do you have a space on your suite or something? And, I can be just pulled out to be at, their friends and family suite in Vegas or whatever place they're performing, I wish I could, guys. I really do. But I'm just a simple fan, like all of you, like regular girls around the world. For them, trust me, if I stop going to their shows, I'm pretty sure it won't make a difference. They will not even miss me. It will just... because I'm just one more face on the crowd. They just have seen me so many times that I'm just a familiar face. But I don't think that not seeing them, like not seeing me in the crowd will make any difference for him. For them.
The show will still go on.
The show will still going. I'm not even like, trust me, I could die right now and that wouldn't make any difference. Like, but...
I wouldn't put it that way because it would... especially your bestie, why not? But
my bestie will actually, she will miss me a lot because
life goes on.
But like the song, life goes on as it never ends.
Right, exactly.
I've just been trying to live it up, But trust me, the day just stop going to their shows, it will not make a difference. I can tell you this because they have way too many fans, and I'm just one of them. I don't feel special in the sense that they're looking for me or anything. It would just not make any difference of me not showing up to their shows ever again. They might remember when they're old. They'll be like, oh, remember this girl that used to go to our shows? You know, they might have like a chat or something.
Yes.
But besides that, I don't think it will ever do any difference regardless of anything, you know. I'm just, as I said, I'm not special. I'm just one more in the crowd. And that's the way it's going to stay, because that's the way it always was. It always is. And it will be the same way every time.
You know, Fernanda, again, thank you very much for sharing your story, for opening your heart, and for always being available for us.
Yeah, anytime you want to meet up, let me know.
We're going to meet up for that Super Bowl. You know, we're going to meet up for the after Super Bowl.
Let's see. And also we can meet up after Germany, because I already have that paid. So
there you go. We have to, you know, you have to come back and show us your book as well.
Oh, for sure. Count on that for sure. Yeah. I will totally do it. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully I'll be done by the end of this year. So I will be, I can present the book before I even show them to the world, because I will have to. I already have several chapters on review right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to hurry on that, because I do have a hurry to publish that. So, I will let you know for sure. I'll keep you posted on that.
A lot of us will be expecting it.
Well, thank you so much again.